How you doing out there, farmers? This is Viper278, bringing you a little tutorial on Farming Simulator 15 and how to look at your log file for errors and to see where it's located at and what to look for and what it's all about. It's very simple to understand, has a lot of information, and you can fix some issues that you're having, and I'll show you how it's done. Alright, so first you bring up your File Explorer, okay, and I'm on Windows 7, so so this is how it is for me. Others are similar. You can bring up just your documents right here, and now bring up your window, and you'll see this documents is already highlighted, which makes it easy because all you do is look down here for My Games. You just click on that, and then this is what you want, is the Farming Simulator 15. Now the way I play my game is I have multiple maps, so I have multiple maps. Here's my Pleasant Valley 15 map. Here's a test map I make to test mods on. This is the Westbridge Forest version 3 map, and then the Westbridge Forest version 4 map. And what I do is I have my mods in each one of these. So if I open up my Forest version 4, these are all my mods for that particular map. And then I use a mod folder switcher, which I choose before I play a map, and then it selects this mods folder without actually being in the default folder. So here's your actual user game files, and here's your mods folder. See, as you can see, I only got a few of them in there. So if I use the default folder switcher button, then it comes here. So if I want to test them, this is where I usually put my my test folders at. These are the ones I want in the game anyways, but I just put these here for now. But anyways, just want to go over a little bit of this, your user files. Here's where all your save games are at. I have 8 different slots. When you use the folder switcher, the only map you'll see is whatever one of your save games has that folder, has that map in it. So when you bring up your game screen and you look at the career or multiplayer, whatever it is you're choosing, if I'm playing, say like this map here, Pleasant Valley, then I have it on save game 8, save game 7, and save game 6. So these 3 will have the map. 3 and 4 will be blank because that's a different map. 2 and 1 will always show up because that's my 2 default maps. 1 is my Westbridge Hills map, and 2 I think is my Bajong home. 7 is my Bajong home also. That's my test map for that one. That's the one. It's just a basic game from the startup. So there's no mods or anything in there. Okay. Now, if you ever have a problem with a game that you have problems with or whatever, you can go into the backup folder, and here's all your folders, all your save games, save game 1, and there'll be anywhere up to 12 previous backups there. So you can pick, like game 6 is my Pleasant Valley program here. So you can see here from this one here down to here is all my previous backups. It gives you a date and time, so you can go back in time and reload a previous save game in case something happens where maybe a mod didn't work right, and this way here you won't lose too much of your progress. Okay. But today we're going to focus on log text file. So here's your log file. It just opens up in Notepad, so you just click on it, and here it is. This is my last game I played. Now this file gets overwritten every time you play a game when you quit. And this is what loads up. So what I'm going to do is just shrink down my other windows here. Okay. And then bring up Notepad here. Okay. This has a lot of information on it. Up here at the beginning is the your Giants version you're playing. The Giants engine is a 6.02, 64-bit, and the last date you loaded it in, you downloaded. So this was from the patch that came out June 12th. So it says the build date June 12th there. Okay, and it has all the copyright stuff, and then right down here. Okay, and on down here it says it's all your system information. So this tells you, your CPU, your memory, your version of Windows, the physics system, your input system, which is your keyboard, if you're using joysticks, gamepads, mouse, all that stuff's right there. Your sound system, which is basically generic. And then your render system. This is important because in order to play this game, you have to have version 3.0 or better. So my render system is version 4.5. I'm sorry, the shader version needs to be 3.0 or better. So I can see 4.5 is on there. And then your hardware profile, it tells you this is about your hardware settings in the game. So I'm playing on very high, and this is the settings for it. Okay. This next one is your Farming Simulator version. So you have FS15, and then right here you have your version number right there. So the latest patch is version 1.3.0.1.1. Okay. And then these are the patch you have, the available languages, which really don't matter. Okay. And then now here, these are going to be all your mods that get loaded, and they're all loaded alphabetically. So it's very important that some mods have to be loaded first, or last. That's why you see a bunch of them with A's in front of it. And then you go down to the end of it and you'll see the ZZs. Okay? So if I was to put some of these forward, it might not work. Okay? So when you load a mod up and you see some problems, you open this log file up. And if there's any errors, you would see that they would show up here. It will say error couldn't load such and such a model, okay, or a mod. So you just scroll down. Your DLCs will get loaded first. So you can see here my DLC gets right there, and this is the new New Holland telehandler and loader got right there, and then the DLC gets put in right next to it, and then this is all your personal mods from here on down. This one here, and then going down is all your personal mods. Okay, so first you look through here, see if there's any errors, and as you can see, I don't have any there, so all the mods got loaded. And this is another way to check to see when you download a mod and you put it into your folder here, and you go into the shop and you don't see it in the shop, chances are it didn't get loaded, so this will have the error right here. Okay, it'll say, you know, whether the shop description is missing, you know, there was an error, couldn't load, you know. So there's a lot of mods out there that aren't coded right. You know, they forget, you know, they what you call it, convert from Farming Simulator 13, and with that is they change some of the codings, the category names, so sometimes they forget which exactly what to put. So you know, so that's the thing there. After all your all your mods get loaded in, then you have your register vehicles. This is telling the computer, you know, that it's loaded in there and what it's registered to. So that comes here. So as you can see, I got a warning right here. My forest timber trailer, and then this is the warning it comes up with, and this is one of the ones that aren't done right, and it tells you exactly what's wrong with it. So you can see it says, let me go ahead and separate this. Okay. So you can see it says warning, shop description, machine type. Okay. Machine type was used in version 13, but in 15 it's changed to category. So, and then that's what it says, please use category instead. So it tells you exactly how to fix it. So, and then it tells you to file that it's what to change. So the mod descript file is the one you got to change. So somewhere in there, there's the wrong code line that says machine type. And in this particular one, there's actually two of them that you got to change. They do the shop descriptions right. They change the category there, but at the very top, it says under the type of vehicle, and you got to put like a tractor or whatever. Now in 13 they used to use just the vehicle names, so that's got to be changed. So I think a lot of people forget that, so that's why you have, you know, these warnings that come up that they didn't change that to the type of vehicle. Okay, and then you come down, you see everything's loading up correctly, registering correctly. All my fruits get loaded correctly. Okay. So what this registering type is for the fruits to tell what it's telling the computer there, the program, what type of vehicle it is in the categories and stuff. So you can see under another one, I got another few warnings, and it's this one right here. Okay. Let me separate this one. This one, loading individuals. Okay. Now with this one here is the Palausu Agram, whatever that is, from LS Modding. You know, that's the brand name, and it says missing category value in store, which means this is a they don't have no cost to them, so there's a zero value of the shop, you know, as far as purchase price. So the program's looking for prices, and this one doesn't have a price because it's set to 0. So it brings up a warning. So that you don't have to worry about. It's just telling you there's no price on that item. Okay. So continue down. Get still more registering scripts and everything being loaded. My course play got loaded in, and then it's just a description that the developers put in there. And the version I'm using is a developer version, which is the latest one. So that's why it they put this little thing in there, and they put the little funny anecdote in there, as to not taking responsibility for crop destroyed, save games deleted, or baby pandas killed. So they're being a little humorous, but okay. Okay, then it you see that everything installed okay. Tells you it's installing driver control. Put your camera paths on there. Then it loads in all your skies and dust and everything like that. And then your map register fill types. So this is for the animals. I got pig, piglet, beef, cattle, calf, and lamb on there. So that's all loaded in. Glance is loaded in there. Your random price right here is loaded in. My course play signs are loaded in. You got normal, you got cross, you got your waypoints, start points, stop points are all loaded. And this is the rest of the course play right here. Okay, going further down, a lot of information in there. So it loads up, all your different mods are loading up and registering with the program, so the program knows what it's supposed to do. So everything's still, there's no errors, no warnings. But right here, I got another error up here. Okay, we'll separate this one again. And let's do, where's the other one got? Pleasant Valley Crone. Okay. Okay. Alright, this section right here. Okay, this little error right here. Okay. Now all this is seen is this particular trailer, and it has a dirt texture to it, and it's pointing to, this is the file right here, Big Crone X 110 or 1100, and it's not pulling up the dirt texture from the pictures for some reason. Okay, so it's just a texture thing. Your vehicle won't look dirty, probably, or it'll always look dirty. So that's a letter up there. So if someone knows how to fix that, they can easily fix that themselves, or wait for an update from the modder to fix that himself. Okay. But it's just basically you gotta refer. It's referring to the dirt in the shared program, which and all of them has the same dirt pointing to the files. So from all the vehicles, there's like Giants has a shared folder that you can pull files from to use for your mods instead of having to rewriting scripts yourself. They have ones already pre-built, so they might be referring to one that don't exist, or they're trying to use one that don't work with the vehicle that they're on. Okay, so continue down, and I got some more warnings here. Okay, let's see, go over here. Okay, this is my, this one's referring to my conveyor pack right here. I have two fill types that aren't being registered. So that's caulk, which is lime, and seeds 2. That's not being used by the map, and it's not designated to be used with the map. So this conveyor says it has a whole list of fruits it can do, and these two are on it but not in the map, so it's just saying that it's not being registered as a valid fruit type from the map. So the way to fix that, you'd have to go into this file, your mod, and delete the references to caulk and delete the references to the seeds, and then you should be good to go. I started doing it on one, I pulled some out, but I missed a couple of these somewhere in there, so I just got to go back in and redo it, recheck it out. So continuing down, everything's loading good, no warnings. Okay, I got another one right here. Okay. And oops. Okay. And then this one's referring to my cat 994F. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So here's your path. You got your documents, my games, Pleasant Valley 15, and then the mod name right here, cat 994. Okay. And then it tells you what the warning is. It says Y translation of component 1, node 0 greater than. And then it has the cat 904 i3d file, so it tells you the file. And it says it should be 0, so the node has a 0 with the greater sign. It should be 0. So you go into the i3d file with your Giants engine and look for the component 1 node, and you'll see node with the greater sign. Change that to a 0, and that should work. The second one is component 4, not found in the game, in the mod, in the XML. So in order to fix that, you'd have to add component 4 reference in the cat 994F XML. Okay. So and then it says for course play, the Caterpillar 994F with the collision trigger is missing. Okay, that's because of this error right here. So it's not. It won't. Might be like the bucket will not collide with stuff. Things will go through the bucket rather than hitting something. Okay. Sometimes that might be by design, and sometimes it is a valid error that you need to fix. But I've used a mod like it is right now, and it works. It picks up minerals from the mines, so it works. Okay, continuing down, and everything else is done. And when I saved my game, there's no errors or nothing showing up, so everything's good to go here now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you one. I think I can pull up a game folder. I'll restart my game, and I'll choose one of my other maps because I know there's some errors with some mods there. And I'll take a short break here, and I'll load up a game here. So let me actually I'll do that for next tutorial. Okay, but anyways, that's showing you where the log file is. And also you can there's another folder. It's actually your install folder, and I use Steam, so I have to go to my main drive. Then I use my program files x86, look for Steam, and then you go to Steam Apps right there, click on that, and then you go to Common, and then here's a list of my Steam version games, from Steam. So you just go down to your Farming Simulator 15 here, And then here's my my Steam install. Okay, and then data is where all the main files are kept. And you can see you have, you know, your character, your first person, which is basically your chainsaw. Your maps are there. So if you ever need to edit the map, if you were interested in editing the main maps, that's where they're right here. Map 1, map 2. That's your Bajon Home and other maps there. You have your vehicles. So here's your vehicles. You have your trailers, your tools, all categorized like you see in the shop. You know, your wheel loaders. Steerables is all your tractors. Steerables right there. That's your tractors and stuff. Okay. So that one file that you see in the editor I had. So that'll be in your let's see which file is that in. See the shared folder right there. Okay. Now you have your shader. Oh, that's not it. Let me see, Farming Simulator shared. Let me see, maybe it's there. That's probably why it's referring, because there's no in the shared folder. See, I don't have no texture folder here. Now the other guy might have a texture folder, which here you don't see no texture. That's why I had the warning come up, because there's no texture folder in this in the shared folder. That's why I don't see that that folder. Okay. Those dirt textures. Okay. Profile. I know I got them here somewhere. I've seen them, but let me see where they're at. No, it's not there. This is your main game. This is the 32-bit version game, and your 64-bit version game is located there. Okay. Your executable. Now your SDK is called the Software Developer Kit. So here you have what the version 2015 is. So here's your text. These are your valid vehicle types. So if you have a XML that's referring to an item that's not shown up in the shop categories, these are the categories you got to use. Or these are type of vehicles. So that machine type is not. If that machine type is not listed, category type, machine type is not listed here, then it's not valid. So that's why you see that warning that came up. And then here's a categories listing is right here. It says categories. So these are the valid categories. So in your shop menu, these are all the categories right here. These are all the categories. So if it says category type missing, then you pick one of these, and this is your, and you gotta be the lowercase. You gotta follow exactly what it shows here. So, you know, so sometimes you might put tractor instead of the S. If you don't put that little S on the end, then it won't show up in your category list. It'll show up in the brands list. So if you go to your shop menu and you don't see the item there, check your brands list, because brands goes by whatever the brand is listed in the XML. So you know, it'll always show up there. Okay. So, and then here's some plugins for the Giants editor. Right here is your editor. And these are the plugins it uses to make the different mods. You know, the actual mod itself gets made here with these three. And then they also have a spec and function text. This is what you would what you include into your mods is your capacity unit your limits. So this is saying you can add this line right here, and you'll see it says 10, 50, 70 capacity. So here you can change your capacity levels. And in the XML, you'll see what type of what implement it uses. So it's just a sample of what to do. Here's your power. So this is how you write your power designation. And then you're working with. So this is what shows up in your shop descriptions. This is like your attributes that you put in there. And then this here tells you what it is, capacity in liters, a tool of vehicle which fits to this tool of vehicle. So when you're making mods, you have to say what your, any of the tools that go with whatever you're using. Your horsepower working with, and then your functions get written in here. Tells you the function is an auger wagon. Function works with a baler, a bale stack, bale trailer, all that stuff right there. So these are all your tools working in. Okay, and then there's one more, actually two more. So here's your vehicle motor calculator. It's a spreadsheet. Okay, so what you can do is you can enter any information right here. So you gotta remember this is in kilometers per hour. So you gotta see kW. So if you're English and using miles per hour, you gotta convert your numbers to kilometers per hour, or else it won't look right. You'll want like a 60 miles an hour, but that's maybe 80 kilometers per hour. So if you just put 60, you go in the game and you see it's too slow, it's because you're using miles per hour numbers instead of kilometers. So say I want to go as fast as 60 kilometers per hour. We'll say maybe 80. So you punch in your 80, and then in the XML under wheel RPM, that would be what you would input. Your gear ratio would be that, and you put those two numbers in, and then this is your max horse, your motor RPM. So you can change that number to higher, and if you change that number to let's say 3,000, so you see it for if you want to go 80 kilometers per hour, but you want to use 3,000 RPMs, then this is your ratio right here. This is what you'd have to enter in to get these numbers. If you have a certain gear ratio you're using, okay, we'll say like this is 14.1. 14.1. Motor RPM is 3,000. See, now you get the same numbers up here. Wheel RPM will come out to 212, and then here's your output, 80 kilometers per hour. Okay, and then this is your for speed. Okay, let's see. We'll do your gear ratio. We'll do again 14.1, and then kilometers per hour would be 80, and you'll get the same answer again. Your 212 will be your wheel RPM, which is exactly what you got here, and now your motor RPM is almost 3,000, which is what you got here. So yeah, you can check your on a vehicle to change it. You can just enter one of these to figure out what gear ratios you need and what your max RPM should be, and then you can do it on the first shot rather than doing trial and error and going back and forth to see what to change. Okay, so that will conclude this text for today, the tutorial on where to find your log file and what to look at. And I hope to be making more soon. So if hope you like what I had shown you, and hope you learned something. And and we'll call it for a day. So thank you for watching, and catch me later. Alright, y'all have a good day, and happy farming.